So in the age of Aquarius, you're gonna see a lot of rain. The water moves the most in the age of Aquarius. It will seem like there are more storms or more consistently raining thunderstorms. You're gonna see certain symbols get struck down. You're gonna see certain entities, beings vanish. You're gonna see evil entities who are they will then self-destruct. You will see buildings fall. You will see the water rise. You will see the water dance more than you ever seen it dance if you live next somewhere to the water. You will hear the water at a distance, even if you don't live close to the water. And the age of Aquarius is when the earth, the air, the plants, the beings cleanse. They are cleansed in the age of Aquarius. And all those who have a high percentage of evilness will self-destruct. When the water is moving, when the water is dancing, when that sound is being ricocheted across the earth, the water sound, it disturbs. It scratches the minds of those who have the evil eye, of those who carry out evil plans and attacks against humanity, especially this universe, meaning the soil from this dirt. Right? There's a cleansing that happens. Energies of Aquarius will rise so high. Intuition will be satellite channel. The trees will grow brighter, stronger. Everything around you will start seeming like it's rising and the other side crumbling. Right? When that water is dancing, when that water is heard, those who can hear it will hear it. Those who don't hear it are those who are subconsciously and consciously sleep still, because the water flows in all directions. Even the smallest of whole is filled with the wettest of blessings. There's no way you can stop the water from flowing in the direction that it is going. There's no way. You can create any machine. You can build any bridge. Can't stop the water from flowing. Those who have come to an awakening internally, and if you understand yourself internally, then externally follows the internal, right? Those who carry more love than hate are those who are conscious of self, and they are not distracted. You can't distract those who are conscious of self. You just can't. You can set traps. You know, you can do whatever you feel to do, want to do, however you want to play trickery games as people, those who have the unconscious mind and who are unconscious of self. Because once you become conscious of self, you then retract from all of the games. Because you understand that all of the games was why you were so confused. Not being able to hear yourself. Not being able to fulfill yourself. Too much noise. There's too much noise going on. Too much noise going on. That means you're in right in the middle of it. You're not around nothing that vibrates with the nurturing, growing energy. It's just a whole bunch of static and a whole bunch of chaotic noise. So with that being said, when a water flow, it brings the right frequency to the universe. So that means if we're in the age of Aquarius, which is the age of information, age of innovation, the age of when humanity becomes breathable again and not so compressed, stressed. You feel me? So when you notice that, and when you know what's really going on, you get a sense of what's really taking place on this universe. It's not the universe that causes all these chaotic feelings, moments in our existence here on Earth. It's the humans. Too much battling. Too much war. Too much war. There's so much war and bloodshed that peace can't be brought. This is why in the age of Aquarius, it's like I said in my last video, it's meant for those who are conscious of self. You don't have to have a 500 Fortune company business. If you can reach individuals, you're not the smartest in the room. Some places you may be. You're not perfect, but when you're giving good leadership, giving love, which is always giving truthfulness, always being forthcoming and honest with those who you interact with, because that is what triggers our emotions towards human beings. How well can we trust them? How well can we depend on them? How well can we feel safe around them? How well can they, how much they can make us feel good? That's exactly what we want. Or how much they come with so much bullshit. And that separates beings. You know what I mean? It's crazy. It's crazy. So I said that to say the rise of free will must come to surface. Because if we don't put the right frequency back on this planet, back on this earth, then we will continue to be, the frequency will always be tuned to those who want to control. And if they control the frequency, the noise, what we see, what we do, how we interact with each other, how we come together, how we separate, if they always control the frequency, or if anyone around you is trying to control the frequency to make it go in their way, they are trying to manipulate the energy and the direction of people. So then people's actions are not theirs. It's because of the frequency is tuned to a certain vibration in a certain channel that it then starts taking over the minds and bodies of beings around us. So if the frequency is tuned to some fucked up age, and in this age, there's nothing but those who want to conquer, divide, and bleed the people. If the universe is tuned to that frequency for 1,000 years, then it's gonna take you maybe 2,000, 3,000 of the net of generations to come next to break this cycle that was on Earth for 1,000 years. So that tells you we don't have time to fuck around with division, man. Because the more people are divided, the more people are battling with each other, then this fucking frequency will be tuned like this for comings. And that's a hard thing to look at, knowing you're gonna have some of those next generational kids. They're gonna have to step up and take either the fight that you was fighting, or they're gonna have to submit to the system. And I am for financial freedom. I'm for that. But when it comes to financial freedom, I say financial freedom is what keeps us screaming money, money, money. Or we need to get financial free to start a revolution. If anyone ever told you that you need to be financially free to start a revolution, then that is someone who in the back of their mind, see, they're making, so their words are saying that so it can tell the people to join the movement. But you must find something that brings some type of currency or profit to the organization. I don't get that concept, because if anyone says, why you out there looking for love, or you don't need to worry about those people, everything that you have is in self, everything that you want from other people are in self, you was born with everything that you already need. So when I hear somebody that says a revelation or a revolution can't be funded or started without financial gains, or without money, or without some type of financial system, when I hear that, it confuses me. Because if we was born with everything that we already have, need, got, and it's all within self, and once we become conscious of self, we start noticing that, you know what, I'm tuning myself and giving myself to people, my energy, my time, right? But if I took that back and tuned my frequency to, I love myself wholehearted, completely, without anyone accepting me, and we make that our frequency to the point to where we become obsessed with it, and it builds self-confidence, and you start walking in that. So when you walk out of your house, or if you walk into the world, you feel like, well, I don't care what anyone says. I don't care who likes this. I don't care who says what. It is me that decides that. It is me that holds that judge. It is me that views me in the way that I see me. And if I see me, then it is me that makes the final rule of everything I encounter. So this is for the next generation who sees this in the future. Beware of conscious of self. When you come into this world, those people who tell you consistently get a job, 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 there's nothing wrong with working. But those who always giving you the system guide, those who giving you the systems guide, because they have and they haven't found a way themselves. So the only way to be financial free is you have to give your time and energy to the system. Then once you see what type of work and how many hours you have to kill yourself to get these crumbs, you're gonna then start seeing that, well, this non-back currency is taking a lot of energy and soul out of me, right? And you see everything is built around you to a position to where there's no room for you to make something out of nothing. So what you must do, young generation, separate from the system. That means the inner city. Go off grid. Build your own community. Have your wife or wives. Have many kids as possible. Women are supposed to be fruitful. If a woman is in tune with herself, she's conscious of self, then she knows what she wants. And if she knows what she wants, then it shouldn't be hard for her to pick her mate, to know how long they will be in this thing or in their life or dealing in their or carrying it out together. So that means you must not make a quick decision because the moment is good when you're with the mate out here in this world. You must detach, become a loner, restart, reprogram, and become an observer. Because you becoming an observer, sitting back, pulling yourself back from all the things that's you engage in daily, chilling with friends, hanging out, going out. Once you detach from that, and that's going to be hard. That's going to be a hard process because you're going to have so many people grabbing at you. You don't do this no more. You don't do that no more. You ain't fucking with what's going on with you. What we did. You feel me? It's going to be all type of things. But notice when all those type of things are being asked, when they start noticing you're detaching, notice what you need to be paying attention to. Notice that other people are becoming attached. So when you separate yourself, they become confused. And confused people then maybe can set traps, attacks for you, or start talking about you or joining the opposite that y'all guys weren't dealing with, or because there was a certain energy, a certain frequency, and y'all had your own little thing. And then once you separate, you see they are dealing with other people who those you kind of, passed and didn't engage with. You feel me? So you'll start noticing so many things. You'll start noticing how much and how vital it really is for you to detach. Become an observer. Take yourself back. It's going to be hard. The only thing you need is you, yourself, and your survival and your consciousness, meaning your awareness, to track and study human nature and our actions and our emotions and our intelligence, to know true science, because you need to know detachment. And like I said, it's going to be hard, but once you complete that detachment stage, you then are on a road to mastery. I guarantee you. If you don't let the matrix come and pull you back in. And the matrix is all those things that's asking you why you don't do the things you normally do, why you don't continue furthering your habits when you really should have been focusing on how does it look 30, 40, 50, 60, 100, 200 years from now? How many kids will I bring into this world? But once I'm no longer here, something must carry on. Something must continue our generation. Let alone that, bring other beings. Other beings must come into this world, because if this world is full of evil, new beings need to exist in order to drown all those who clocked away and bring forth new society, new way of living. And that is important. So we are prophets. We are divine prophets in the shadows, like Gothics. Divine prophets in shadows. Waiting, watching. We are confused gods and goddesses who've lost our way. It's because of the noise, the frequency that's been tuned on this universe for so long. and it still rings. So we must remove the old frequency. And it's those who are creating these machines and all of these gadgets to manipulate the universe, Earth, and how it is being. That's a fucking weapon. On top of dealing with weapons that are in beings because they are not conscious and they are self-destructing in the mind, body, and soul because they have no way. They haven't followed their own path, their own guide. So if you take them